back for an evening session. I can't help the feeling that it's been forever, but that's so great. Yeah, each time I come back here at this time, I feel so much relief. Yeah, it's just so peaceful, and I'm so focused. But I really, honestly, that's really feel like a gift, to be honest, because I've been working so much on my business and so on lately that I'm kind of overworked a little, and I didn't. It's not that I didn't want to come. It's just I was just so tired and I want to go to sleep because over the last 4 or 5 days I've been going to sleep at between 3 and 4 a.m. So yeah, I didn't sleep a lot. So I'm pretty much reaching my limit. So tomorrow is actually a day off, so I'm going to enjoy that as much as I possibly can, trying to do as little as I possibly can. Anyway, so this evening's really chill session because since the last 2 times we did some golf course, actually I have done a lot of changes which I feel are kind of the right direction. It's just that I haven't actually watched it yet. Even though I kind of watched it on the golf course and so on, the camera wasn't really face on nor down the line perfectly, and so it kind of looked okay, but I don't know. And so I want to explain a little bit what I worked on. Also, I'm going to eat a little wedges before going on to the 8 iron. 54, 8. Maybe I should just do pitching wedge actually. Anyway, so the way I try to kind of go down is kind of with my arms here, trying to do something like that to get the right elbow over that left elbow. And because we saw that the main difference with Rory, once he finished the transition here, is kind of having this elbow a lot above, at least not below that one. And so I kind of, at the beginning, I was thinking that I needed to kind of push my shaft like this to kind of get over, but I realized that no, actually this is, you get over with the upper body, but the arm, what they are trying to do is actually get the club flat. So you get over with the upper body, which gets that arm lower and that arm higher, and then with the wrist, you kind of try to fly it out as, so that's really a weird motion. So once you transition, bump both here and kind of try to go over the top as you kind of try to let out the club to create the line. That's a little weird, but I got some really nice results, and eventually I kind of come up to that idea, and I don't know how that's going to look. So that's mainly what I want to look for today. Even though I'm not going to take a look at the face-on view today, I'm going to take a look at the down-the-line view, but I want the swing comparison with Rory, dead face-on, and so that's why I'm going to film dead face-on, even though I'm not necessarily going to look at it. Just try to make sure that down-the-line view is great, and then this evening, you probably saw it at the beginning, but I didn't, so that's going to be the surprise of did I do well or not. And so hopefully we are going to have some improvement. Also in terms of speed, I don't know how much, if that helped me gain more speed or not, I don't know. Also there is something I want to find. It seems I haven't really worked a lot on my wedges, and so I would like to find a way. I believe, I don't know, hitting my wedges and iron slightly fading might be a good idea. Just a few things I want to try. So as I warm up, I'm going to try that, take a look at the camera to make sure the club is in the right place, and we'll move on from there. So let's go. Now let's record the screen. Let's not forget about that, please. So starting with the 54. So also something that I've tried is kind of, okay, I have the set on the right leg here, then I kind of go and do the width part that I was doing kind of until the halfway point. For me almost is, okay, that's over once I'm as wide as I possibly can at the moment of takeaway. Then I do the transition like this to keep the arm away, start engaging the lower body as well when I'm here at this point. I also with the wedges try to keep the face very open, and then I kind of bump both heel forward, try to go over the top with my upper body and shallow the club with my arms. Boom, and do something like that. So even though he kind of drew a little, I got the feeling that I can maybe fade it, I don't know. Yeah, slight fade. Small stance. Okay, that's nice. Because there is a very interesting things when it comes to iron versus driver. Is since the iron you are more vertical and the ball is further in your stance, you tend to kind of go too much from the inside, and when this start getting out of control, you start hooking the ball by having the club face that is shooting really hard. While on the other hand with the driver, since the club is a lot flatter and the ball much further in the stance, you kind of go a little bit. Your club pass is much more to the left, exterior interior, which is going to cause the club face to be to not necessarily be open, but do not want to release. So that's what's caused the big issue of getting the club face open at impact and making big slices. And so I believe that's a very a strong way to be consistent is try to hit draws with the driver, because it forces you to kind of shut that face, and with wedges to kind of hit fade, or at least on the two spectrum, the extreme one side is wedges and the other extreme is kind of driver. And because by hitting fade, you kind of try to keep that club face kind of open throughout impact, while since it wants to shut really hard, well, that kind of compensates that, and so you are more consistent. At least that's my belief. So that's kind of if I am able to kind of focus on fade here, that could be great. Yeah, you see, a really nice shot, and even though I feel I'm trying to hit a fade, I'm not, and that go perfectly straight. So that's kind of what I was looking for here. Yeah, and doing a little bit of Gorfuss is not that bad, because it really kind of helped me get a little bit more dialed in with my feeling. And yeah, but that's nice. That's a little push draw, even though. So that's going to be interesting. My idea is going to be, okay, I align myself slightly left to my target and try to cut it to get to the flag. Where with the driver, it's maybe align my driver, long iron and woods, align myself to the right, slightly right to my target, and try to draw it into the target for maximum consistency. Okay, this one was interesting as well. Not sure it's a good read. I pulled it a little, but you see, even because I kind of hold off the face a little, this one that could have been a big miss with my face completely shutting down is actually not that bad. Actually, before I move on to the next, I want to see the camera if I'm able to get the club on the right plane or not. It was kind of what I was looking for here. Yeah, somewhat okay. somewhat okay. And maybe this one that went left is because I went a little bit across the line. Try to do a good backswing where the club is perfect at the top and see how that looks. Oh, fuck. This one should be kind of okay, I believe. Yeah, not that bad, not that bad. Still a little bit of work, but that's not that. Okay, great. Moving on to the 8 iron. So pretty much doing the same thing, it's just that... Actually, I just want to test one final thing, but the sound here I'm more... I've been kind of... Because the sensation... it's like the sensation with my my wedges to get the club on the right plane is almost like my face is completely open, 45-degree open at the top, and I haven't got that feeling on those shots. So let's try to get that feeling here. Really getting that club face extremely open at the top. That feels really weird when I come down, but yeah, yes, much better. And I hit that little cut. Okay. Well, with the irons, the 8 and 6 iron, it's much more. It still feels open a little, but that's like between 0 and 10. It's like the shorter the club, the more I need to feel that face open, and the longer the club, the more closer and closer to square I need to feel. So probably with my 3 iron, which is the closest to the neutral position, so I kind of open but kind of feel that it's pretty neutral. Where here with the 8 iron, I'm still probably trying to feel that face open at the top, but slightly less. I put 6 iron. That's not 6, that's 8. Okay, I didn't do the transition just to see here, but it seems that doesn't help me get the club on plane, so let's do it with a good transition as well. Yeah, I really need to kind of get the club laid out as much as possible here. I'm slightly pulling them. But yeah, when you kind of go more direct on the ball, that can be an issue. Slightly pulled again. Okay, maybe that's also something I wanted to kind of start to look at, is through impact here, because engage, but then I kind of need to go through, keep engaging. This one should be, oh okay, right. Club pass face angle was dead straight. Okay, the club at the top was not that great, so I'm hammering this 8 iron. Okay, that's okay, this one. Wasn't the best touch ever. Okay, we need to move on. Already 10 shots, that's more than enough. There's one thing that I don't like is kind of when I do kind of this motion here, kind of go a little long for an iron. Maybe I kind of need just to do the first part of the motion, the width here. Can just like a little takeaway and then whoosh, moving through here. Try to keep the club on a very flat plane. I'm doing some contraction on my left forearm. It seems that with the iron it's just about getting the club as flat as possible, just doing a takeaway and that's it. Get flatter and flatter and flatter throughout the whole swing. Let's just do that. So basically, just the sensation is I do that. At no point in ever I try to kind of get across the line or even vertical, even slightly vertical. Like, almost in terms of sensation, it's pretty close to what Jon Rahm does. Yeah, it seems that this is that. If I'm not doing it, it's almost impossible for me to get into the right position. So. Kind of need to try as well to keep the club face open. Anyway, moving on. Because I'm going to be there forever otherwise. To the 5 wood. Here I'm guessing that I kind of want a little verticality with the 5 wood. So didn't really do a good swing here. So let's do it again. No, it's not that. Okay. Nope. Yeah. Okay, that's master, but it's like I'm not very used to the motion. I kind of get it. Probably on the golf course it's much easier because I haven't kind of as much old pattern here that are conflicting with the motion. But here it's kind of a little difficult to do everything. So. Maybe that's just the since I tried to kind of do the transition just after the takeaway where I was kind of doing the backswing with a full width here, then slowly transitioning and then going down. Maybe just doing it at the takeaway is too soon. and then I'm overdoing things at the top. So here, big whisk until the halfway point. The sensations are really off here. Okay. That's a strong 5 wood. There we go. That was kind of a nice smooth swing, this one. And the speed got there here. Let's try to go even more over the top here. You got it? Oh, yeah, it did. Okay, so that's something interesting. We start getting faster and faster. Just at the top, that's not yet really good, but we'll get there, we'll get there. Okay, 107.5 wood is solid number. It starts getting solid numbers here. Okay, yeah, that's it for the firewood. Because I would like to kind of keep going, but okay, that's solid that I can continue, like go on with. There is one final thing that I want to tell though. If the kind of the feeling that I got with my iron, kind of getting flatter and flatter as I'm doing the full swing here, does it work with the 5 wood as well? I'm pretty sure it's not going to work with the driver, but 5 wood maybe. At least in terms of speed, that doesn't change anything. Yes, it does. It actually does. Okay, okay, great. So the idea is more about kind of creating verticality with the body rather than trying to manipulate the club into being vertical, which until now is kind of what I was doing. So let's see how, let's take a little bit of water first. I forgot my water, okay, never mind. Silly me, silly me, silly me. Okay, moving on. Let's see, first swing of the day with the driver, how does that look like? Okay, 11.5, that's not that bad. For a first swing, and that wasn't a great swing either. Oh, almost 170 ball speed. There we go, 12.7. 71.7, let's go! Okay, so now, if I want to hammer one, how fast am I going to go? Oh, 115, okay. When I say hammer one, it's not like big hammer. Oh, 176, I'm compressing the ball, that's insane. Wow. Oh, little cat. Hi, how are you doing tonight? Ça va le chat? Okay. I kind of have a lot of tension in my left forearm here. I'm not even. I didn't even start work on speed. It's not really a good sign. And you see here now I start getting a little. Even though I kind of finish across the line at the top, I'm getting a little flat during the backswing because I started doing some weird thing. So for me, that's with the driver, that's really about feeling vertical on the way back. Yeah, my left. Okay, I'm clearly so that thing that I'm doing at the top is probably creating a lot more kind of compression. Let's try something. Should create somewhat quite a lot of power. Easy, but that should be fast. Wasn't expecting to go that fast. Wow. Okay. Can I? So basically I just try to kind of get into my left side a little aggressively to kind of push really hard with it. I wasn't really expecting 118. Okay, so I'm not putting like more energy into it. It's just that I'm a little bit more aggressive with the weight shift my left leg to kind of push a little harder into the ground. So wow. I'm blown away, to be honest. How fast can I go? I mean, not sure I can. That's a good idea, but let's just figure that out. So yeah, I'm so that's clearly a new speed unlock here. I didn't focus on the weight shift here as much more on something in the backswing. I believe that's kind of okay for now. I don't need to kind of wait to it. But you know what, this week, even though I feel extremely tired, I was just starting to feel that like that the power starting growing in me. It's like I had this benchmark, you know, that I know was benchmark of power, of strength, let's say strength. It's like 1.5 times your body weight on the bench, 2 times your body weight on the squat, and 2.5 times your weight on the deadlift. That's something that I have gathered, where people say, okay, once you reach those benchmark in strength, the limiting factor doesn't become your strength, it's much more power. And so until now, I wasn't strong enough to deliver my full potential in terms of power. But now that I've reached those benchmark, that's why I start feeling the power in me that starts rising, because now I'm strong enough to actually accelerate. And so it's like progressively my power start getting better and better, and the more and so now this is not an issue of strength, so I'm still going to continue developing my strength, but yeah, it's like, yeah, I start feeling the growth, and on top of that, by having the kind of the right technique in place, also kind of feel good. Yeah, I'm not trying that hard, but I'm already doing like 115. So I guess we reached it. We did it. Being able to cruise at 115 if I want to. And so probably on the top it's much more about the downswing than it is the backswing. Okay. And you see, here I'm focusing less on the transition and the weight transfer and so on. I'm getting slightly below 115. That's not that bad. You know, I'm starting to get a little euphoric because lately I've been thinking that, you know what, maybe I'm going to be able to reach 130 by the middle of the year, and then the rest of the year I'm going to go for 140, you know. Let's not get crazy about it. If I can actually reach 130, that's going to be awesome. But here, it's like, okay, but that's more the overachiever in me that want always more. But yeah, I feel really good about the fact that we're on the right track to reach 130 by the end of the year for sure, and swinging an average of 120, 125 on the golf course. Here there wasn't a good swing because I didn't really. I tried to focus on the weight shift and so on, but that wasn't a really good swing, and yet I'm 116. That's insane. Just that I don't really like the way my swing look. Probably got a lot of stuff to work on. Oh, you know what? Now I'm thinking about it. We haven't yet used the speed stick. Let's use the speed stick. And try, because that's kind of the main goal here. See, using the speed stick. So. Okay. Now, I need to boom, boom. Okay. Okay, somewhat feel like my normal swing, even though that's really tough for me because I kind of the fact that this is a weight and not a club face that has very drastically different dynamic in the air, so I'm not very used to that. It's just confusing because then I'm not doing the club is just the stick is behaving very differently in the swing compared to the drive. That's just what I want to say here. So let's nice swing here. And you see now, just by using the speed stick, I'm 117 without even trying. I didn't do an overspeed session or whatever. It's just felt weird this one. He got me tired. Kind of one shot at when I don't feel like. Now, Whew. I'm getting tired here. Probably even though I'm not putting like more energy into it, since I can swing faster, that's a little bit more tiring for my body, I believe. Something like that. But you know what, I kind of want to see how my swing look like from face on though. I know I said I wouldn't, but I kind of want to see here because, well, that's fine to. That's fun to watch it without knowing, but at some point I need some feedback. Okay, let's put you right there. So the two cameras kind of go one over the other. Good here? Good. Oh, that's low. Focus too much on technique here. Okay, not even close. So I try to put a little more motion into the backswing. Yeah, that's kind of. Because once I do the transition, then both seat I kind of go over the top, and then I need to kind of go through here. Okay. There's definitely some good swing in the tank. Okay, there is. It seems that okay. Okay, probably I can rotate way more aggressively now. And I think if I can do both, big weight shift to the left leg and aggressive rotation at the same time, honestly, I think I have a 120 in the tank. Okay, let's try. Okay, 117. I mean, when I say 120 in the tank, it's like without going crazy, without actually going all out. Oh, so I forgot something here. Something that's why I'm not doing. The reason I'm getting long here. So with and then never actually trying to set the club. Remember, that was kind of the issue here. So I do with here without trying to set the club, then kind of do this without setting the club, and then whoosh, you set the club on the way down. Let's try that. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of fast. Yeah, if I can do, I think if I can do all of that, great. That's going to be the 120, and it means if I have 120 golf course energy like, whoo, I mean, by the end of the year we are done. Yeah, for sure, because so I get wide, then getting here without setting the club on that left side, and then oh, that might help actually. Yeah, and then this is a kind of build the lag and release it. And yeah, if I can do all of that together, I'm not going to be able to do it today, but yeah, that's very promising. Yeah, I start feeling, yeah, definitely my left forearm is not it's not feeling great. I'm going to have to start working on grip strength here. I think I'm because oh, fuck you. That's my osteopath that kind of told me to send some message of relaxation. So I kind of feel that I'm limited by my own speed on the way down. It's so funny. Who? I didn't really try. Okay, let's actually try here. Okay. I mean, the sync of the movement is so important at that point that even if I put more energy, I'm not going to get more result because I'm not used to the motion. That's why over the next 6 months is going to be very important for me to get more and more comfortable with the motion. And so by the end of the year, actually putting more energy is going to produce more result. But at the moment, that's not the case. So that's why, even though I would want to kind of try, go really after one, you know. I need to put a lot of effort here to actually. You see, that's not even 115. So, yeah, the motion here is so important that. I'm done. But remember the goal for this week. Even though I did only one session, this one session, and well, I found 14.7 average. We have 1 week left. Next week, actually, I think we can pull off the 115 average. Honestly, I didn't think we could, but I mean, we are so close to the 115 average, so that's really insane. That's just insane. But I'm going to leave it there. My left arm started becoming really painful here. But yeah, I think the idea maybe on the way back is and then kind of driving my right leg through here. Whoosh. Anyway, let's do one last. Oh, 111. Yeah. I completely cooled down here. Cooled down. Let's compensate with a 120 to finish. Will be fun. I'm getting tired. Anyway, let's finish with a full all sand swing and we'll get back over. No? 18.8, okay. I mean, that's insane to see that I've done a 118 with normal swing, and here I'm doing everything I can, going as long as I can, and I'm barely maybe that's because I didn't really get to my left side and push the right way. So let's do that. Okay, we got a 120. Let's go to finish that session off, which put us back up to 114.7. Nice shot. I like it a lot. So thanks for watching. You know what? Maybe I'm going to. Yeah, no. Let's finish that off. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for the weekly recap. Don't really know what we are going to talk about, but we are going to start preparing because next week is the last deload week. So next week I really need to kind of get my fatigue off. Here I'm not there yet. You see that I'm kind of getting hurt here. So yeah, I think it's probably also because and now I'm thinking about it. It's maybe not that I'm tired. It's just that my grip is too weak. And since my grip is too weak, as I'm starting to reach those speed, I start getting more tense to just be able to hold off to the club, and that might be the issue here. I think I'm gonna have to start to work on the grip seriously, because that might be a speed limiting factor for me. So very interesting. I'm going to take that more and more seriously. I think we are going to talk about that more in depth tomorrow. So thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.